Hi everybody, we're back for the new moon in September, and that is in Virgo. So, here we are. It's September to me, even though we haven't reached where they technically say that it's fall. To me, once we hit September 1st, to me it's fall. And it's certainly looking and feeling like fall. September's a really nice month though, because even though we have those cool nights, we still have those warm days. Things are still green. They haven't started to die off yet. And September really is, for me, like that last really piece of the green, lush months that I really like. So I'm going to just go ahead and wish everybody a happy fall early, because to me, this is fall. And I saw earlier this morning that lots of people will get out their pumpkin coffees and all of that. And my son has started decorating for Halloween. That's what I always did when he was young. September would roll around and out would come the Halloween decorations and the fall decorations. We kind of melded them all together. And yeah, so for me in my life, it really is fall. So here we are, we're looking at the new moon in September. So the new moon in September is in the sign of Virgo. So for all the Virgo babies, this is your moon in your sign, so you'll feel it the most. And this moon is really nice. It's new moons, it's new beginnings, right? So it's opening the door, looking out at your world, your plan, and going, where do I want to go from here? And so that's what this moon is all about. It is really about having that light bulb moment. So it's a good time to really reflect, because this moon is really asking us to go within, think, and have that light bulb moment about ourselves and our lives. Now, we've been in a really chaotic year. It's been a 5-year, right? Hell of a year. Lots of changes, lots of drama, just a lot of stuff. Now, if you all remember in 2020, my guides, our message right consistently along was, do not follow fear, step out of fear. And what we're seeing right now, I believe, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing right now with a lot of people who are getting on that bandwagon with the, we have a right to tell you what to do with your body, that's really fear-based. So that's because they're afraid. And fear doesn't serve any of us. So I'm not one to waver from my spiritual path. My guides have said, don't be afraid, and I'm not. I'm really not. I haven't been not one little tiny bit afraid of the thing that we have been being spoon-fed to be afraid of, not once this whole time. And I'm not saying that makes me some brave person. It just means that I trust my higher guidance, always over man, any day. So the messages that I get from my God, from my guides, from my angels, from my spiritual team, that's what I listen to. That's where I find my strength. That's where I find my peace. And yeah, that's where I find my courage. That's where I find everything. That is where I find it. I don't find it through men, and I never will. I trust people about this much, but I trust my God with everything I am, everything. So we've been asked to not be driven by fear, and what we're seeing is people being driven by fear. So that's creating a lot of division. Amongst friends and families and communities and you name it. You have those that are being driven by fear, that want to dictate, overpower, and steal your power. And then you have those people like me who aren't afraid and want to be sovereign over their own lives and their own beings and believe that everyone else has a right to do that too. So that doesn't come because we're not compassionate. That doesn't come because we don't understand that there are things going on right now. That just comes because we're not running with a fear. We're trusting. And we're trusting our bodies. We're trusting our immune systems. We're trusting our guidance. We're trusting our intuition. We're trusting what we know about ourselves. And we're trusting the plan that we came in with. We all came here with a plan. We all did. We all did. And we all have a right to live our lives according to what feels right for us. So as we're looking at this new moon and having those light bulb moments, this moon is asking us that we have those light bulb moments about ourselves. So if there's any place that you've been looking at yourself and you've been questioning things, do I really feel that way? You know that this has been a theme throughout, right? If you've been following me and you've been staying in tune with my readings and our messages here, it's been about looking within and finding who we really are, how we really feel, what is true to us, what feels right to us, stepping into our power, balancing out our lives. Don't run with fear. Don't tap in, get our information there. All of these really beautiful messages. And so this moon right now is just a reiteration of all of that, saying go within, look a little deeper, and have that light bulb moment, have that crystal ball moment where you really crystal clear see something about yourself that brings you your truth, right? So we've been in this 5-year, it's chaos. We knew it was going to be. It's a 5-year. But we're coming into a 6-year. I want to give people hope. We're coming into a universal 6-year, and a universal 6-year really is about love, and it's about home, it's about hearth, it's about family. So it's a much more stabilized energy. It's about divine love. It's about birthing new things, right? So as we are in the midst of this crumbling foundation, and it is crumbling, like old things have got to go to the wayside. We've got to fix things that need fixing and mending. But the number 6 is about birthing new things. It's about birthing beautiful new things. So as we come into the new year, I mean, we're at number 9 right now, right? September. So we don't have much further to go before we come into 2022. It's a good time, I think, for us to really start focusing on what it is that we would like to see rebirthed into something better. So, yeah, what is it that we want to give birth to coming into that? Now, last year in 2020, that was a 4-year that was about creating balance, going within, getting to know yourself, getting comfortable with your own company, and all of those things. We started feeling the shift of energy in November, because remember, November brought in the chaos with the election and stuff. So I have my fingers crossed that we start feeling the shift of energy this year, that we start feeling that more loving vibration come in by November. Fingers crossed. Okay, so all that being said, I think I'm just going to ask, where are we? Where are we energetically, and where are we going? What is the advice? What is the advice from God, guides, angels, universal energies? What is the advice for us so that we can move forward positively, creating positive change with this new moon's energy and all of that. So let's just see, that's the question. Let's see what we're given, okay? So where are we? Where can we move to? Show us where we are and what we can be doing to create something really good within our lives, okay? All right, so this is interesting. This is interesting and good, I think. So as I look at this, where are we right now? So what I'm seeing right now, first card up, is that there is going to be a doling out of fairness. Can you all see that? I've been trying to rearrange the angle a little bit so you guys can see all the cards as they go down. So I'm back a little further, but so that's the first card down. A doling out, more fairness, right? More fairness. It's breadcrumbs. It's not huge, but there is something that we're going to be receiving that is a win that helps us end a cycle and walk away from something, okay? So we're going to be walking away from something. So we're going to be receiving a small win that helps us end a cycle. That creates us to walk away from something. So, you know, me personally, what I'm hoping that is these mandates, because I don't believe anybody has a right to dictate to another person based on fear and propaganda what we do with our bodies. We're all sovereign unto ourselves, and we should be the world over. And what's going on in other countries is just horrific. It's just horrific. But let's hope that's a win that we receive in that regard. That's what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. So that's where we're at. Now let's see what the energy is telling us about what we're moving into. We may not know this yet, but this is where we're at. We're going to get some breadcrumbs doled out, you know, a little bit of fairness so that we have a happy ending and we're able to walk away from something, okay? So let's keep our eyes peeled for what that is. That's where we're at right now. So that's a good thing. Now let's see. Ooh. The energy of where we are going, okay? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to read these 3 cards and then I'm going to spread 3 more out. But I'm going to read these ones first. So brand new. Okay, so we just said that we were going to walk away from something. So what we're looking at is something brand new, right? Brand new in the journey. It is a sword. It does have the olive branch on the sword, so the crown. So it is an abundant beginning. It's an abundant beginning, so it's something that will feel good, okay? But it does have to do with information. So it's the sword. It's information, it's technology. I always say creativity. Don't forget creativity because that's so important. And so yeah, it's the beginning. So we're going to glean some information. What we're gonna see might be upsetting to some people if you look at that. There's some spilt emotions there in front of this person. They're feeling a little sorrowful. So as we begin something new, we're going to glean some information that's going to bring just a little bit of sorrow. Or sadness for some people, maybe not for all people, right? And it's going to be around, this is the 4 of Pentacles, okay? So the 4 of Pentacles is a bit of a nefarious card. We have a bunch of those in the decks, right? We have to, because we have really good energy and we have really crappy energy and we have good intentions and bad intentions, so we have to have some nefarious cards. And the 4 of Pentacles is a bit of a nefarious card. It's about greed. It's about holding on, holding power over other people. It's about holding on to things greedily, holding things back when they should be being shared. It's about holding the, kind of dangling the carrot over the rabbit, right? It's really not a nice card. So we're going to be getting some information. I believe it's going to be information that's going to be a little bit hurtful to some of us. We're going to learn some things about some people, some events, some things where we find that there's been an abuse of power. We already know that. We already know that. We may find, some of us already know that. Some people really don't. Some people really in their hearts don't understand that. And that's okay. We're all here on our own journey, right? But so we're going to find that out, that there's been things held back, lord over us, not some great things. So it's not going to feel good to some people. It's probably going to be some stuff that we find out that we didn't know. I mean, we all have a lot of ideas about what we do know. I'm sure there's a lot that we don't know, right? So some stuff's going to be coming out. Yeah, more information. So some more stuff is going to be coming out right directly over our sword again. So again, we're talking information. All right. So more information is going to be coming out. The moon always represents something changing, something passing over. So as we find this stuff out, that's going to help something to pass over. And new energy to move in. Well, we've got to check that out, right? The new energy that moves in will be moving us out of troubled waters. So we'll be moving out of this rocky, rough time and into smoother waters with the new energy. A very tangible time when we can actually start looking at things with new eyes, a new perspective, and start creating that new dream. And that's what I was just saying. As we come into this 6th year, the universal number 6, it's a good time for us to start looking at what it is that we'd like to birth, what we would like to birth into being, because this has been a really hard year. It's been very rocky. So I'm really hoping that as we look at all of this, the walking away from things and the ending of a cycle will be ending these draconian overstepping of power measures and really helping people to step out of that place of fear base, which is no fun for anyone and really doesn't help any of us thrive, and move into a much nicer space within our hearts, our minds, our souls, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I think I'm going to leave that at that. I think that's pretty good. We are going to get a small win. It's going to be a happy celebration. We do get some breadcrumbs that helps us to gain a win and walk away from something. We're going to begin something new. Some people are going to be something new. We're going to be gleaning more information. We really are in the midst of like an information war. There's a lot of censorship going on. There's a narrative that's being forced, and there's many brackets out there that they're suppressing the truth. They won't let it come out. They don't want all of you discerning for yourself. So that's why it's really important to tap in. Tap into your higher power and really follow your own intuition. Step out of that fear. Because fear is going to keep you cut off from tapping in. You're not going to be receiving your information if you're running around afraid. It's going to keep you cut off from a lot of things. Fear doesn't help any of us excel. It's not a good thing. So we've got information that's going to come in. Some people are going to be sad about that, but we're going to be learning about a lot of nefarious things. We're going to be gleaning some information, just going to help us pass out of a phase with new energy coming in that's going to pull us out of troubled water and help us tangibly look at what it is that where we want to go from there. I think that's a pretty good reading. I'm going to leave that at that. So, yeah, let's look forward to those breadcrumbs, those tiny bits of breadcrumbs, that little bit of a win. We really need some morale. I think a lot of people are down. If they're not down, they're angry. I know I don't really get down. I get pissed. I don't really get down. I guess it doesn't serve me, and I move better if I'm mad, so I embrace the mad. But yeah, people are down, people are mad, people are afraid, people are divided. We need some positive stuff, some good stuff. I personally have been going through a lot this year, having nothing to do with all of the crap, that we're discussing right now. And I really feel like I'm finally on my personal upswing. That transformation, that personal transformation, that way back in April, my guides promised the best was yet to come. I feel like I'm really starting to step into that. And I'm really hoping that that's the way it is for everybody, that we're all really starting to step into that. The best is yet to come as we move towards 2022 in a universal 6 year where it's going to be a little bit more loving energy, right? All right. So, but let's also remember that that's working to the positive. So there's a polar opposite to that if we're not working to the positive of that energy. We won't discuss that polar opposite energy today. All right, so I think we're going to pull 3 of these fairy cards for a positive affirmation. The Oracle of Fairies. They're pretty. We haven't used them for a while. So let's check it out. Let's see what the Oracle of Fairies has to give us for positive affirmations. Oh. All right, such pretty cards. So the first one up is look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring insight, the insight that you seek. I really love this. This is a game that I play sometimes. So if there's something that you're questioning, don't pick a particular book. The whole point of this little game is to grab the book that's closest to you. It could be Reader's Digest. It could be whatever it is. So grab the book closest to you, randomly open it up. When you open it up, wherever your eyes fell on the page, read that and make sense of it with whatever it is that you're thinking or wanting to know the deepest within yourself at the time. So look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight that you seek. So it is kind of fun to do that. Go ahead and give it a whirl. Kind of fun. The next thing that we have is believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the Northern Lights says you are a part of nature, so you are magical too. So remember that. Remember that you are a magical being. You're part of nature. You're magical. Look around for those things in nature and around you right now that will help to uplift you. Like I was just saying, I think we all need that uplift. So I have a really cool story. I was actually feeling down because I I was thinking about somebody that has just passed over. And, you know, that obviously makes you feel a little down, right? I mean, obviously. And as I was thinking about them and, you know, reflecting on their life and the things that they've kind of brought to the world just by being here in their time in their way, I hear this crunching, and I look out my window, and there's this beautiful deer, and she came out and she just ate on my lawn, and she wasn't very far from me. We were very close. I got up, I'm taking pictures of her. She kept looking me right in the eye, and I just watched her eat, and I sent her love, and I really enjoyed the moment, and the moment was about an hour. So I got to enjoy this hour with this very peaceful creature. And if you look if you look up animal totems, deer bring in gentle lessons, and she just kind of reminded me to get in touch with that piece of me that is gentle, because there is a piece of me that is. I am many things, all rolled into one. And there is a piece of me that's gentle. And lately I've really been counting on my fire, that fire energy to move me. Like I said, I've had a very difficult year. So I've really been counting on that energy to help propel me forward. And now that I've gotten to a place that I'm at, she was reminding me to touch that piece of me that is gentle. And yeah, it was magical. It was a magical hour, and I found a lot of healing in it. Seriously, a lot of healing. So the last card is light. The Fairy Queen of Light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. And I think that's a really good card to end this with, because it has been a bit of a dark year. It has been really dark this year in so many ways. Many of us have been facing our own personal challenges, and we've been doing that, trying to stay positive. And so we've had our own personal challenges that we're facing, and then there's these universal challenges that we're facing, and this dark night of the soul that we're all going through the world over. We really are. So remember the light. The Fairy Queen of Light comes to shed love and light onto your current situation, and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. So, good reminders. Good reminders. I really, I wish each and every one of you, whoever's tuning in right now, I'm just not even going to bother putting these up probably on my Facebook pages anymore. I'm just going to upload them to YouTube, and whoever finds them, finds them. I just feel like that's sort of what I want to do right now. But I might put them on my Reiki page. But I want to wish each and every one of you that light bulb moment, that crystal ball moment where you go inside and you find the light and the magic within you. And you find a lot of joy in that, because I think there's a lot of stuff to get lost in right now, and I think it's really important that we remember who we are. In all of this, it's really important to remember who we are. And we are light, and we are magical. We're divine beings. So on that note, I am going to say good day to all of you, and enjoy the new moon and enjoy seeking within. And I will see you all again for the full moon, probably. Unless I see you before that or something. All right, until then, have a blessed day, guys.